Guys, in my last video we looked at how to animate your views, images in Titanium, and especially transformations, where I click this move button and this red box or the view will move upwards 40 pixels in the duration of 1000 milliseconds or 1 second. Now in this video we are going to be looking at transformations. So we are going to rotate this red box something degrees, and we are going to like scale it so it goes bigger and it shrinks, or it expands and so on in a certain duration. So I'm going to close my iPhone simulator and go to my app.js. So continuing from my last video, I haven't touched anything since. If you haven't watched my last video, I recommend you do, but even if you don't, it's okay. All I did was create a window, create a view with height and width and top left and a background color of red, and I created a button, and I have created an event listener to that button, so that if I click on it, the view animate procs and the view moves up 40 pixels in a duration of 1000 milliseconds. Now I am going to change this bit of code so that we can actually transform our red box. Okay, so view animate equals tie.ui.create animation. Now we are going to delete this top 40 pixels because we don't want to move it 40 pixels, but we are going to keep our duration so that we could say how long we want this thing to take, like scaling it up to 1.5 or something. Now unlike translations, where all I needed to write was like top 40 pixels or 30 pixels, sorry, my tongue isn't moving. When we want to do transformations, we need to actually create another one of these called create 2D matrix, so that we can actually play around with the 2D matrix in Titanium. So deleting this top, what we're going to do is say transform, and in here we are going to write our transform property. So let's say, because our animation property is object is view animates, we are going to say view transform. So this is going to be the name of our variable which holds our create 2D matrix. So over here let's create our 2D matrix. So var view transform equals tie.ui.create 2D matrix, and inside here we are going to say view transform form. Am I doing it right? View transform. There we go. Equals view transform dot scale, and we are going to enter a value inside. Now scale is basically expanding or shrinking our view, our box. So what we want to do, 1.0 is basically the default value, and if we do if we use a number smaller than 1.0, the box shrinks, and if we use a number bigger than 1.0, the box gets bigger. So let's say 1.5. And that's all you need to do. So we have this transformation where we want to transform the scale or make it bigger by 1.5, and we want to do it in the duration of 1000 milliseconds, sorry, and everything else stays the same. So we are going to be animating the view. Now I am going to save my app.js. Oops, and there's going to be a couple of errors. Oh, I forgot to add a semicolon at the end. Okay, so I'm going to save my app.js and run my iPhone simulator, but then there's going to be another error. Okay, let's cancel that. Okay, sorry about that. I have made a huge stupid mistake over here, which is why it's giving me this error. Now when I created my variable view transform, I accidentally did this brackets and the curly brackets, and then put this inside my brackets. However, the correct way to doing it is var. Actually, I'm just going to copy and paste matrix, and then you don't need anything inside. because these are not going to be properties. and these are going to be something by itself, like so. So this was completely wrong, and this is the correct way of doing it. Oops, I don't need you. Okay, I'm going to save my app.js and run my iPhone simulator. Hopefully it's going to work now. So my app has successfully loaded, and I've got my red box and I've got my move button. Actually, I should have changed this move to I don't know, scale or something, because we're not moving this box, but oh well. If I click on it, the box actually gets bigger because I set the scale to be 1.5 so that it increases its size from 1.0 to 1.5 in the duration of 1000 milliseconds. Now if I close my iPhone simulator and come back to my transform, I could actually change the scale to other stuff such as rotate, which actually rotates your box to a certain angle. And actually I could have multiple transformations, so I could say view transform form equals view transform dot rotate, and inside here we are going to write a number, for example 45, and that's going to be in degrees. So I'm going to save it and load my app.js again, actually load my iPhone simulator again. Okay, so my app.js or my app has loaded, and I'm going to click on my button. Ignore the text, it's not supposed to move, it's supposed to rotate and scale. So if I click on it, it's going to both get bigger and rotate 45 degrees. So that's a cool way of having multiple animations in one. All you need to do is just say view transform equals and then scale, and then underneath that rotate, or vice versa. In my next video we are going to add a bit more code to say when the red box actually got bigger and rotated, we want to put it back to the original position and original size and original angle. So if I click on this move, once it's going to go bigger, it's going to rotate, and then it's going to shrink and rotate back to 0 degrees again. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys later.